Welcome to Global Impact, the show that connects the dots so you don't have to. I'm Michael Bosserque, sharing the mic with my dear co-host, Melissa Ritchie. Hi, Melissa.
Hello. How are you, Michael?
I'm very good, thank you. You're in Tinseltown, Hollywood?
Correct. Yeah, still in Hollywood.
Okay.
I'm in Hollywood.
Fantastic. And we're in Valentine's Day mode, and you're certainly showing the colors of the season of this holiday. Well done. Yeah. Yeah, a lot going on. We're not going to talk too much about the kind of worrisome things that are going.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
So, Michael.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Is love everlasting?
It can be. I would like to think that that love is everlasting, not only in our dreams or in our minds or in our imaginations, but it really is. And, I've fallen in love. I've been fortunate to date some incredible women in the world, different parts of the world. And the depth, I have to say, I really miss that often, the depth of feeling that one gets. Or you ever feel this, that you've met someone and you go, what was that? What just hit me? And, that anticipation of seeing them the next day or, just talking to them again. It's really something. I don't know. I think so much of our kind of communication goes on now by text message or electronically. Yeah. And I know the couple we're about to speak to, they're good at technology, but I think they're going to tell us that communication is really key. But, live voice communication or in person, of course, we've all been challenged by the pandemic, but
Actually, talking about our couple, would you like to tell our audience more about who they are and everything? Because
sure.
they're pretty, talking about everlasting, they are the perfect example.
Yeah. Michael, you bet. So today for this Valentine's special talk about love, we have for our guests a lovely, adorable couple from England. Geoffrey Walker is 91, yes, and his wife, Pauline, is 88. And they have been married for more than 70 years, 70 years, my friends. Yeah. Pauline and Geoffrey became quite the social media sensation when Geoffrey started sharing the endearing couple's kind of passage of the day-to-day life, and the love. Yeah, the love that the two of them have. It just gushes out of the screen. It's really something. We'll be posting their Instagram link where you can see photos and videos. And
what was fascinating here is that they started like anyone else, an Instagram account about their life and sharing their love. But something happened, and we'll be talking more about it later. But something went viral, and they ended up gaining over the years 300,000 followers, and it keeps on growing. I think they're making people smile, dream, and it's absolutely beautiful. But they got also media attention, and they've been profiled by Huffington Post, the Metro UK, the Daily Mail. They even appeared on the British show called This Morning, which is similar to Good Morning America. So yeah, they're all of them. They're living their best life right now, and also they wrote a book. Geoffrey actually wrote a book. It's called 90 Years of Memory. And it's all about everything they experienced throughout generations, their love mostly, but also family, events, etc., etc. It's fascinating. I think a lot of people would benefit reading this book to just have a history, a lesson in history throughout the eyes of two people who are still with us today. And the book is on Amazon if you want to check it, but we'll post the links as usual. And so we cannot wait to introduce you to this lovely, lovely couple, I mean, and retrace 90 years of memories.
90 years, yay.
Not 90 years, let's just retrace their love story because it's a love special.
Right.
But no, we'll definitely expand to more than love, because love is one part of their life, but they're a lot more than that. They've seen a lot, they have a lot to teach us, to teach the new generation. So anyhow, here they are.
Here they are.
Yay.
There they are.
Yes.
Look at them.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Have we got
I'm Michael. Melissa.
Hello.
Hello, Melissa.
Hi, Pauline. Pauline and Geoffrey.
Yes, right.
Beautiful name, Pauline. Pauline sounds French.
I don't know, I'm sure.
Yeah, Pauline is a French name. I mean, I'm French, so.
All right.
I am.
Oh,
And guess what? Melissa is an actress and she's in Hollywood too. So.
All right. Oh, yeah, me.
Diving straight away. It's going to be very comfortable. We're just going to have a conversation about your love story. We're going to ask you questions. Feel free to talk as much as you need. It's not formal. It's just really like for fun. We're doing a Valentine's special. And yes, we are so honored, by the way.
We are.
Oh,
and of course, feel free to say, oh, Melissa, that's a ridiculous question. No one would ever answer that.
Right. Yeah. If no one answer any question, say, come on, Melissa, really? Feel free to just cut us off. Have a, it's for a laugh, and we're just having like a good time, and hopefully making people just have a good time and inspire them with your story. So, but we are so honored to have you, and thank you for saying yes. And you are truly, the best example we can have on the show when it comes to enduring love. And
best example of all people.
Yes.
Oh well, we made something.
oh my goodness.
Geoffrey's 91 and I'm 88.
Wow.
No, but we are. I mean, you set the bar so high for the new generation.
I went into school. I still go into school to take a class. Yeah, in the local school, and September time they do local history.
Yes.
And it's year 2. It's difficult to believe how intelligent year 2 children are now, sort of compared our year 2 with their year. And one of them said, oh, how old are you? So I said, 91. And the whole class went, 91! Yes, yeah. So still get about, and well, Pauline didn't go, but my daughter, local.
That's probably why you are, at 91, so like sharp, and you're doing all these things. Is because you are still stimulating yourself, going to school.
Yeah, I saw you hunting for muffins the other day as well.
Oh. That's right. That's right. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? Drury Lane. Yeah. Drury Lane is in our village.
Yeah, we've got the Drury Lane in the village.
Yeah. All right, I have a burning question right now, Pauline and Geoffrey. Let's go into love, because this is why you're here today. So how did you both meet, and how old were you?
Well, I was it started, I believe, a Friday or a Saturday night.
Okay.
Pauline was in the cinema queue at the local cinema.
Yeah.
Well, we had to queue outside, and then, in them days, whenever there was a film on, there was great queues for it. It was just after the war, and things were, people getting back to the scene. Anyway, I was walking past with my friend past the queue, and I just spotted this 2 young ladies in the queue, and I looked around, and I caught her eye.
Ooh.
Did you catch my eye, Pauline?
No, but I know what you said to your friend. If I can't have her, I don't want anyone.
Wow.
Wow.
Talk about love at first sight.
Yes, it was.
Anyway, it took a little while before we got to really know her, because I only just passed through the street, and I looked around the town for several other times, and we spotted her. And
wow, that never happens anymore. Like, you don't pass somebody and
rarely
looking for you. I wish somebody would chase you.
And Pauline, do you remember the first thing he said to you, actually?
Yeah. Oh. Remember the first thing he said to me?
Yeah. I love you.
I know the first thing he gave me.
Okay.
It was a little necklace, silver necklace, with blue and white stones in it. It was in the shape of a diamond. So I thought to myself at the time, does that resemble getting a ring sometime?
Anyway, yeah, so it started basically like that. It did in those days, years ago. There was no, I mean, you didn't have your own motor car or transport at all. You relied on a taxi if you were fortunate enough, or mostly used the bicycle or walked. But Pauline lived in a village which was quite some miles from mine, unfortunately, about 8 or 10 miles away.
Oh,
so to visit Pauline, as we were courting, I used to have to cycle there and back.
Work hard.
Yeah, no internet in those days or anything.
No, nothing.
I was 16 when I first met Jeff. That was in the September, and I was 17 in the November. So we went round to the Easter, and we got engaged. And then we went round the following year till December, and we got married.
Yeah. Yes, I was in the forces then, doing the national service. We did national service here too. It was 2 years. So, and we'd been married. I was in the forces when I got married. I'd been married just only a few weeks, and then I got.
And you had to go?
Sent it off to the Far East. I was to the Far East,
Nearly, it was 18 months before I saw him again.
Yeah. How did you keep the romance going, being so far away and separated for 2 years?
We wrote to one another every day.
Wow.
The Notebook. Do you know the film, The Notebook?
And I always finish my letters, good night and God bless. And that's how we still end our day today.
Lovely.
Good night and God bless.
Wow.
Yes, we've got hundreds of love letters.
Wow. And did you keep them somewhere? Those love letters?
Yes, I've still got them.
Oh, wow.
That's how I wrote the first book, Parted by Conflict. It started off as a different title.
Yes.
From Budbrook Barracks to China and Japan. It started off at, but I hardly sold any copies with that title. I changed the title, sold absolutely hundreds.
Is that the book that is on Amazon? The 90?
Yes, it is available on Amazon.
I was gonna. Well, I'm glad you're mentioning it right now, because I was gonna ask about it. I mean, what 90 years of memories? So is that a sort of biography of everything you went through?
Yes, actually. You need both books, because the time we were parted in the forces, that little bit is more detailed than the 90 years of memories. If you buy the 90 years of memories, those 2 years are missed out. You have to buy that book to read that.
Oh yeah, because there's more years. You have to update now.
No. Only because the 90 years of memories was you know, obviously came after I did that.
Right, yes.
Right.
Yeah, because...
you know, we'd just like to get things down because in years to come, we'll be forgotten, obviously. And I mean, we've got 3 children. We've got how many grandchildren?
5 grandchildren.
And
10 great-grandchildren.
Great-grandchildren. And the eldest great-grandchild is now going to university next year.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
So, you know, we've got an extended family. So
yes. Well, you've seen a lot, like 3 generations, you know, like...
yeah, both celebrations, both my 90th birthday never happened because Pauline was taken into hospital, and our 70 years of marriage never happened because of I was in hospital. So the last 2 major celebrations never happened.
Never happened.
Well, but you both seem like you look fantastic. You come across as extremely sharp. I'm sure everyone is wondering, what do you do? Do you get out and about very much, or how do you keep yourselves so fit and sharp?
Yeah, well, Pauline's, we're always doing something. We can't sit in our armchairs waiting to die.
No.
Correct. Good.
No, but we don't want that.
At the moment, I'm painting some pictures. But I do a lot of craft work.
Yeah.
I do a lot of real eggs, carve them, and all sorts of things. Put musical movements in them, and all sorts of things.
Pauline was an arts and crafts tutor at the
community centre.
Local centre.
In the evening.
You know,
well, I used to do Monday afternoons and Monday evenings and Thursday afternoons and Thursday evenings. And I never lost one of my students. I got a waiting list, but nobody never left. Because they all used to make all the presents for the family, for birthdays and Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah, I belong to different local groups, or not so much now, walking groups. I like to go walking. And at the end, I belong to a speakers club and just local.
I still go to my ladies' luncheon club.
Lovely.
And that's the second Wednesday of the month.
And I join you sometimes.
Oh yes, Jeff joins me sometimes. Oh, for special occasions. I took him there when it was his wedding anniversary, just before Christmas.
Yeah, so like I very seldom just sit. You know, it's and I listen. I can't see now. I've lost my central vision.
Oh, you do?
With that macular deterioration.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I can't see your face, but I can see globally all around. You know what I mean?
Okay. You didn't even know. I haven't noticed. I thought you could see that. Well. Good job. Good acting job.
Do you feel that the world around you, like in your village, has changed a lot for the better or for the worse? Has much changed on the outside?
Well, of course, it changes little by little, don't it?
You don't really notice it.
Right.
So you don't really until you look back. So I look back at the time when, like I do when I go into the local school, looking back at the time when I was at school. I mean, there is nothing whatsoever to compare it with, except that there is a teacher there, you know, but otherwise, nothing's the same. None of the equipment. So things change little by little.
So fast. Yes. Yeah. I mean, even for us, with technology and everything, we can't keep up. We have to have a new phone every year, and there's more apps and more technology.
Oh, this is it.
I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's difficult
for you. You know, for you both, it's extraordinary because you went through so many like generations, and you were there when it all started, internet and everything. You know.
It's difficult to say things are better or worse. They're just different. To people that are born today, they're normal. So it's difficult to say whether they were bad. No, there were hard times. When I was a boy, I was the eldest of 6 of children, and my mum at one time we had half a crown. Well, that's, I don't know what that is in. It equates to about 50 pence today, or something like that, or half a or a dollar. And she had that 1 week to feed us all.
Wow.
Wow.
If it was a bad week, Dad couldn't work, or
It was different times. Yeah.
Yeah. So
she was a wonderful mum and a wonderful cook.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I think women should go back to getting cooking classes. I think at school will benefit from being healthy.
I don't know whether that's the same, or it seems to be the same worldwide, where they've dropped all these types of things.
Jeff went to cooking classes.
I mean,
wow.
Younger.
Yes,
he does all the cooking now. I don't do cooking.
You don't?
No, I don't do cooking.
So Geoffrey, what is his favorite? What is your favorite Geoffrey's dish?
My favourite dish. Oh, yeah. What's your favourite dish?
I like his fish pie.
Oh yes, do
fish pie. Wow.
Yeah.
Lasagna or so everything I do is simple.
Yeah.
I don't do any complicated.
Yeah.
He does plumber's pasties as well. They're lovely. Because he used to be a plumber.
I was a plumber at home.
Yeah. Well, Geoffrey, I think you've discovered the same thing I have, is a fastest way to a woman's heart is through her stomach. If you can cook, that helps a lot.
Yeah. Bye.
I
thought you said it finished. Sorry.
Can I ask you, during this pandemic and the lockdowns, a lot of seniors had an extremely difficult time because they couldn't see family and so on. How was it for you? How did you cope during those times?
Yeah, it was. We had my daughter, who was fairly close to us, who obviously allowed to visit. But other than that, it was more like this. They'd give us a call,
right.
You know, on social media platforms.
I kept doing my crafts.
Yeah, we kept busy and
just kept on going. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time quickly passes if you're busy, really. Yeah. So yes, we did miss going out. Pauline did miss going to.
I did miss going to my lunch.
Luncheon club. We miss the social things. I miss going to church. I miss. But we kept busy doing on social media. People said how we'd help them to get through the pandemic. We get thousands of messages.
It's interesting because we were going to ask you both. I mean, you are social media sensation.
Yes.
You are stars on Instagram. You have over 300,000 followers.
Yes.
How did all that started? Because it's fascinating for me how initially, from what I've read about your life, is that you were just doing the social media to stay in touch with your grandchildren, younger generation. So what happened? How did you become?
Well, it happened by chance. In the village, we have a theatrical group, you know, and I was on stage till I was 85.
Yeah.
And one of the girls, you would get to know all of them. One of the younger people had gone to university, and at the university, she put on Twitter. She put, "I know this old man who puts videos of his wife on Instagram." Well, all right, from 800, 900 followers. And then a few days, I think we got 18,000.
Wow.
It started on Twitter. So
that was on Twitter. Absolutely. I wondered what was happening. I mean,
this lady, how did she find out about you?
Oh no, she's a local.
Oh, she's a local. Okay.
A local girl. A local girl. Yeah. Okay. Who we knew, and obviously, she was one of the followers at that time.
Yes. And she just loved your story, and she decided to share it, and that went viral.
She just shared it. She just said, I know this old man. That's what he said. And the whole film of that's on YouTube.
Wow.
There's lots of stuff on there. They came and recorded it from university. We've had them come several times.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we have.
From universities that's taken their, is it social media degrees, you know, in making film news or whatever they call it. Anyway.
Right.
So they've used us as guinea pigs.
And has anyone famous reached out to you? Maybe James Bond or the Queen or Boris Johnson?
The Queen did. Do you want to tell the story about that Buckingham Palace letter?
Yes, the Queen did honour us this year, or me, last year actually. I was the only person in the whole of the Leicestershire and Rutland area, which is a large area, to receive the Maundy money. That's the Queen gives out just to 96 people, because she's 96 years old. She gives out to 96 people the Maundy money, which consists of a £5 silver coin, a 50p silver coin, and then 96 pence in silver pennies, 1, 2, 3, and 4 pence pieces, because that's the rate. So in leather purses, as they was handed out in 1650 or something like, just the same.
Wow! Well, congratulations.
Yes, that's quite something.
I mean, I'm sure you were thrilled to have this in your lifetime.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I've got 2 letters from the Queen.
You did?
I sent her a birthday card when she was 90, and a lady in waiting wrote to me and said how pleased she was with the card, and she absolutely loved it. And then my son and his partner, they sent it to the Queen when it was our 65th wedding anniversary, and we had another letter from the Queen.
Wow.
That's wonderful. I mean, this is amazing. It's just, I'm sure like everybody's going to be pleased to hear that, because I just want to go back into your love story, because like we dreaming. I mean, I'm dreaming about it right now. I'm like, oh, can I just have, can I find my my partner for life like you did? And I mean, in so many ways, it's like it's fascinating, because how do you ever argue? I mean, I've been watching you for the
we're normal.
But you don't see
Never
Are you real?
Oh, I'll tell you this. We have a lot of people ask us for advice. You can imagine that, can't you?
Right.
You'd be surprised the types of messages we get. And they ask us for advice. Okay, Pauline will always, what's your advice, Pauline, about going to bed?
Never go to bed on an argument. Always make up before you go to bed.
Yes.
Wow.
Totally. And I have this one for the men. This is one I think. Sorry, Pauline, it's my fault. Everything's fine, no problem.
Wow.
I say,
gentlemen, hear this.
Melissa, I'm sorry for everything. It was all my fault.
Yeah. No, so I have, when they say they're going to get married and they get, I'll say, yeah, tell your future husband to learn these 5 magic words.
Right.
Sorry, It's my fault.
It's your
brilliant advice.
It's a brilliant advice. I'm with you, Geoffrey, and Pauline, you're so lucky. This is how you keep 70 years of marriage, gentlemen and ladies. Love it. Right.
You have to work at it.
And it's work, yeah. Yes. Relationships are work.
Yeah.
Any other piece of advice, just off the top of your head, that has allowed you to stay together this long?
Well, I think,
you have to work at it a bit.
Yeah, we don't, as I say, we don't always. I mean, I went very pleased today with Pauline when she brought a bottle of sauce back, which I put on the shopping list.
I said to him, well, I'll put it in the cupboard and we'll have it when we want it.
Yeah, we're normal.
Oh my God.
You know, we're just normal. Yeah, of course we fall about. We don't. I don't know about falling out. But no, we have a disagreement.
Well, I have a question that might be a little bit taboo, and you're welcome to tell me, Melissa, get lost. But have you ever thought of divorce in your...
Oh, no.
It's a big word, isn't it? It's like,
no. People of our age and of our gen in our time, I didn't even know the word existed.
Wow.
We never thought of divorce. People never split up. Not in the villages of England. Not like
that.
Okay, they might have done it in towns and cities and that. But in the village, you got married. You never lived together ever till you were married. It was never thought of. You know, it's not the same now. I'll tell you that.
Different,
but, we know.
It was never thought of. You would never expect it. And there'd be a house for you. They'll be all rented. There was cottages. Cottages in the village. Plenty of cottages in the village. When it was, and then the wife would not go to work. The wife never went to work when she was married. She stayed at home, and then they raised the families and did the cooking and washing and childcare and that.
I got married a fortnight after I was 18.
Wow. So
my dad says to me, he says, Pauline, as you make your bed, you lie.
Right.
And I would have never gone back and told my dad I was going to get divorced. He would have disowned me.
Right. Do you think your also what kept you together is also your faith?
Yes.
Oh yes. We are Christians. I'm not ashamed of. I declare my faith every Sunday with a little talk on Instagram. People seem to. I'm not a. I told people I'm a simple Christian. You know, and they'll ask me what branch and all this I belong to and that. Well, not very often, but I'll just say no. That's all. Just a simple Christian trying to live the life the best we can. You know,
lovely
in love and that's it.
Do you feel when you look around you, young people today aren't thinking that way enough, that love is something almost transactional, that, if things don't work out, we can separate or divorce, and maybe they don't put enough thought or work into it?
Well, I'll tell you the reason for this. The reason's simple. I don't know, here, back in the UK, and I think it must be the same everywhere, there's these soaps. You know, you've seen this.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, soap, is it soap? Well, I mean, if they get married in a soap, it's not many episodes after they're split up or they're sleeping around with one another everywhere they can and that. So the kids now are thinking that's normal. Well, shouldn't they? I think that's it. You believe whatever you're brought up to believe, then you almost believe that for the rest of your life.
Yes. Yeah, even Coronation Street, I found, became a bit dodgy after a while, giving off bad examples of behaviour.
Yeah, well, they're all the same. I did read once one of the script writers. He says, "No, there's no such a thing as a happy marriage in the soaps. People wouldn't be interested."
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that sad? Yeah.
That's fascinating. I mean, well, do you think like, do you think your love has evolved throughout the, you know, like when you first met, obviously, you know, you just probably were in love in the honeymoon period and there was intimacy and everything. Do you think love evolved and changed throughout time and into another type of love? Or did you?
What do you reckon, Pauline?
Well, I've loved Jeff ever since I met him.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine my life without him, although probably one day I've got to be without him. But nobody knows that.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I know if it happens, I'll be absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we'll sort of love when you're young, but there we are, we can't get enough of one another, can you know?
As you get older, you bond to one another more.
Yeah, I mean, we're kissing, we'll have a dozen kisses every day and a hug.
Oh, I couldn't imagine my day without me kissing.
No.
Everybody listen up.
Yeah, we have plenty of hugs and kisses during the day. We don't pass without a kiss or a hug.
It helps the world go round, that does.
Oh, I couldn't imagine. No, I mean, no, and she will sit on the settee and watch the telly. We're late in the afternoon, Pauline, and put the telly on. We're too busy doing other things to watch other telly. And so she likes to watch the quiz programs. She likes to get see if she knows the answer.
Keeping the mind sharp.
Keeping her brain going all right. If she gets one right, she's ecstatic, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's honestly.
Well, actually, we have a little game we want to do with you. It's called Fire Rapid Questions. So we're going to give you options and you're both going to tell us one or the other. So easy. You'll see what I'm talking about. So black tea or Earl Grey?
Sorry.
I couldn't hear what you said.
Black tea or Earl Grey tea?
Or Earl Grey tea.
I didn't know. Well, black tea.
Black tea, both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love tea. I love a cup of tea.
Yes. I have it in black tea in the morning with breakfast.
Yes.
Pauline will have tea but she'll take it with milk.
With milk, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
In the morning, yes. Or every day. Pauline doesn't drink, you don't drink coffee, do you, at all?
No, I never touch coffee.
I wouldn't think Brits touch coffee. I mean, do you have like an afternoon tea? Like,
oh, yes.
We always have a cup of tea.
Preferably with cake or cream cake or something.
Lovely.
I was going to say cupcakes and everything.
And then you mentioned milk. Do you prefer milk delivered on your doorstep or do you go to the high street to buy your milk?
Yeah, we have to, well, we only go into the village.
We go to the supermarket.
We'll go to the village shop.
We don't have a milkman.
No,
not now.
They don't. I think we don't see the milkman now. I mean,
right.
You used to do.
I mean, I used to deliver milk.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was born on a farm, a farmer.
Yes.
And we had a milk round with a pony and a cart, you know, a horse and cart to deliver it. But, we don't get that. I haven't seen one for years. Yeah. But yes.
So let's jump into politics. Boris Johnson or anyone else?
Look, okay, it is a bit of a buffoon, isn't it? But
yes.
He's one of these likeable rogues, I think
yes.
you might call it, isn't it? I think I think he's a good man at heart. I didn't vote for him, but whoever the Prime Minister is, I'm 100% behind him. If we're not behind the leader of the country, it ain't much good, is it? So anyway, and all right, he only had to say, didn't he, right back in, what, 2, 3, 4 months ago, that when they said, did you have a party in Downing Street? He says, if he'd have said, oh yeah, I'm sure we did. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I apologise. You know, so that had been it. But no, he won't. He don't like to say sorry.
Geoffrey, I think after we're done, you should give him a ring to 10 Downing and say, these are the 5 words you need to say. I'm sorry, it's my fault.
Yeah, you could. So we have a last question for you.
Yes.
It's been fun. I don't want it to end, but I'm sure you're busy and you just have to have your afternoon tea. Yes. So the last question. So if you had a word of advice for the new generations coming, what would you tell them now?
I think, yeah, I think they've got to, yeah, this is a different, the environment, isn't it? It's the environment which we really need to get a grip on. I do a little bit, save the sea, go plastic free, but the manufacturers and of goods generally have got to think of some simpler way of packaging things without without using plastic. So, you know, if the younger people that do design and all that kind of thing can design
containers,
containers or whatever, but they're not made from plastic which are throwaway. I've had come today. I've bought a new coat, a winter vest kind of thing, and it's come in horrendous plastic packaging, lots of plastic packaging. We've got, you know, the youngsters today who's doing all these designs and going into different things, have got to think of a way of getting to use environmentally friendly products, packaging, whatever it is.
When we used to go shopping when we was younger, we used to have a brown paper bag or a brown paper carrier bag. We didn't have anything in plastic.
No, we didn't.
Never.
So I think that's what, if the youngest today can concentrate on that, then the lives will become better.
Sustainability, basically, yes. And saving and
it's things that, I mean, we hear stories about pollution. We have a large stream which flows through our garden.
Nice.
And at times when I know that sewer is discharged into it during peak flooding times. You know, so things like that have got to be investment in the infrastructures worldwide. It's got to be, well, it's immense job. You know, everything's got to be, because the population expanding. We had a small village here. It's now grown into the next village, and all right, we live on the edge of the forest, so they can't expand that way. But you know, we've got to think about it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's so important, and thank you for bringing that up, because if we don't think about it now, we might not be here in 100 years.
Well, we shall be all right, and our grandchildren will be all right, and great-grandchildren perhaps, but after that...
Actually, I was going to, I expected you, I was going to ask you, the other piece of advice, would it be always listen to your parents or always listen to your grown-ups?
Do we?
I always used to listen. I always used to listen to what my father and mother said to me.
Yes.
And I always used to think they was right.
Yes, I think I can't remember. Yeah, probably I didn't take that much notice of what they said to me. But, I don't know. If you come from a larger family, and you're the oldest, you can get you're a little bit out on the limb. You're above them that come. You're away from those that come behind you.
Yeah, indeed.
No,
Well,
my mother was the one who always gave punishment out, never my father.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I never punish anyone.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, your parents on both sides must be wonderful people. I mean, the way you guys turned out, and lovely people, and so lovely to meet you. I think this conversation is so pertinent and important right now, because a lot of people of all kinds of ages are looking for answers. Some of us, I think, we almost feel a bit lost. So it's such a treat, gift to speak to you and to hear your wisdom. It's lovely.
Yeah, and to see you so much in love and having fun, having the best time of your life.
Yes, look at them.
Now, with everything, even with technology, Twitter, Instagram, you just having having a laugh, and it's just so beautiful.
People say we're keeping them young and happy, and it'll be good for the mental health. So
exactly.
Definitely, and you warmed our hearts right now.
You did.
You gave us hope, and hope for the next generation. We can do it. We can do it. We have to be. I mean, the three things I really from this interview I got was that you can find your love, everlasting love. It's possible, but you have to work at it. The second thing I got is we need to definitely be cautious about what's happening for the next generation on sustainability, and be more careful and mindful about plastic and recycling and everything, and have a think about it, at least. Super important. And but mostly just have a laugh and have fun,
and then the other point, never skip on the tea and biscuits.
Oh yeah. Very important.
Don't forget the cream cake.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we're going to let you go. And it was absolutely, that was so good to meet you both.
Wonderful. Yeah.
It was wonderful. And you have a wonderful day.
Meeting you too as well.
Well, it was lovely. And we will send you the link and everything if you want to share. And I'm sure your grandchildren would love to see that. And
to both of you, I'm going to say good night and God bless.
Sounded very I felt like I was in a British show for a second.
Yes. Good night and God bless.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
My goodness, that was almost like it was scripted. It was so, I don't know the word, perfect. So inspiring and
fun, inspiring.
Fun and a few laughs, and you can really feel the love, that's for sure.
Yeah. The love, the connection, chemistry, the partnership they have, and
kind of to wrap up, Melissa, what would you like for people to take away from this after watching this?
Well, I already said, I mean, it's inspiring to see that. I think we could learn from partnership and fighting for relationship, and not giving up, and maybe just also honing up our core values, knowing what is important for us, and sticking to your core values, because I think what kept them together were their core values. Their education, probably also their religion, their faith, the times also, as they said, there were different times where people knew their roles within the relationship. And I think it's an episode we should definitely have the gender roles I think that would be a fascinating one for people, because there's so much confusion going on right now, particularly with the LGBTQ community, and everybody just being confused about what is right, what is wrong. And I don't think there's a right or wrong per se, but you have to find your right and your wrong.
Right.
People are so caught up into what they should do or not do in relationships that they're forgetting to listen to themselves from within. And I think those two people, the advantage they had, those beautiful human beings, is that they are in a village. They're not distracted so much with all the buzz, you know, around. So they can hear what's going on here in their heart. And they can make the right decision for themselves. And they did, really. I mean, they found each other, they stuck with each other, and they're in love and having the best time of their lives. So that's what I got out of it.
Great wrap up. And Melissa, I'm sorry, I have to go. It's already 9:30 here. I'm going to go to the theater and go stand in the queue and see what happens.
Okay, can you record all this or film it? I want to see what happens.
And there was one last thing I wanted to say to you. I'm sorry. It was all my fault.
Say that again? I didn't hear. I'm just a little bit hard of hearing.
Here we go.
Already.
I'm sorry. It was all my fault.
Oh, okay. Sounded really, it sounds like a turn on. It's like, I don't know if I actually heard the real meaning of the sentence. I'm just caught up into the magic of, you know,
yeah.
we're living. But yeah, no, definitely it was fascinating. And I think a lot of people will, you know, just have, get something out of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Michael.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone for tuning in, giving us your time, sharing your time, whether we're coming through on your car or in your smartphone or on your computer screen or wherever. We're grateful for your time and for staying with us and listening to this story of love. As always, do comment, send us your feedback. Like and subscribe. We also, as we always do, have to give our heartfelt thanks to Priti Bali, our producer in London, who has worked so hard these past weeks and months to find people like the beautiful couple we just spoke to. And that would probably, of course, sorry, as we always do, and I think it's pertinent to say this after our conversation with Geoffrey and Pauline, is do think about somebody who is actually alone. Remember, it almost brought tears to my eyes when Pauline was saying, I couldn't imagine life without Geoffrey. Well, there are a lot of single older people out there who maybe haven't heard from somebody in a long time. So think about it, use the technology we have and just reach out to them even for a few minutes. It could make a big difference in their day.
It will make their day, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's important.
And of course, stay safe and stay savvy and happy. And until next time, thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.